All right. Well, since GW is muted right now, I will do the shout out for Griffin Co., some of our amazing friends who, they've been our longest time sponsors. They're an amazing family company that crafts 3D printed works as well as laser printings, merch, and more. You can check them out at griffinco.com, and at checkout, use your promo code Fabled42 to get 22% off your purchase.
22.
Once you do that, you should then check out Underground Oracle. They also make some really cool, nifty stuff there. In fact, they have their own resources for 5th edition. They have their proprietary cipher system, which they've made a sci-fi expansion of called Wild Space. They do one-shots. They give you,
Oh, they
access
make
to
Wild
custom
Space?
races. Yeah. And so you can find them at undergroundoracle.com or at DriveThruRPG. And then if you're not, sick of checking out D&D themed stuff after that, you can check out Nine Realms Creations because they hand make all of their products from natural woods to create quality and affordable gaming accessories that smell like it's been handcrafted in some sort of carpenter's warehouse. Um, if only I knew American Sign Language.
I know
Now,
like a
now
few
I can't
things.
hear
This
GW.
is what? I know this is what? Testing,
I
testing,
am hearing you
I
testing.
know
now.
this is
Does the audience now hear us?
we're back. Yeah,
Yay! Okay.
we're good.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So critical dice, everyone heard that. Everyone heard that. After the critical dice, go to our YouTube channel. There is a link below, right in our Twitch, what is it called? Descriptions. There's a link right below.
GW is
And
apparently still muted.
oh no. Okay.
Sorry, Mackenzie, I keep interrupting.
No, you're good. Um,
The
while
archives.
we figure out our tech issues, why don't you go watch a stream where we didn't have tech issues? Because those are all on our YouTube channel. Big shocker. We're good with our tech, I promise. But no,
We're
one thing we're good
experts.
about is that we make sure all of our videos are uploaded in a very consistent time. So if you want to check out all of our previous streams or anything that we've done on Fabled 42 in the past, other games that are all really fun, hosted by people that we love in our community, you can go on our YouTube channel, subscribe, and get us to that 1,000 milestone so we could hold a really cool giveaway. And then that's kind of it for announcements. Does anyone have anything else to say? Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Uh, so have you explained to the have we explained to the audience that we're continuing the game from last week?
You just did. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi everybody. I'm Avery. I am guest DMing because Anne couldn't make it tonight. I did so last week as well. We started a quote unquote one shot. My one shots tend to always have a little bit more detail in them than can really fit in one session unless you want to play for 6 hours.
Two
So
shot.
they turn into two shots or more. GW is holding a finger up. Okay. uh, Sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
So we're continuing.
So, if you want me to DM something for you, you can find me on the server as Air of Sea and Fire. So we're gonna get back to that game that we started last week, and one thing that I like to do at the beginning of sessions is ask one player to give a quick recap of what happened last week to remind themselves and everybody else and me what happened. Chris or Mackenzie, would either of you like to do that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I have some stuff written down from last week.
Great.
Okay, so we are in a foreign land that we are all still playing as our characters that we play in Anne's world, but we've been placed in Avery's world instead. Lots of I feel like it's a very good story.
Thanks.
Yes, it's we are adventurers. We're still adventurers, but we're more treasure hunters. We're on this scale that we want to find something extraordinary in these lands, and that's what our three characters, Toddle, Aberan, Calamity, are trying to do. We're trying to find a treasure, and unlike Anne's campaign, which is kind of high fantasy, Avery's has, you know, like automatons and mechanical creations. So we're a little bit further in time, I'd say, from the original Crypt creatures, but same general premise in a sense that we are off to find something. We as adventurers are off to find something. What do I have here as notes? The League of Heroes. I have literally League of Heroes that were treasure seekers, and your position is defined by your wealth. Go ahead.
And you are not members of the League of
And
Heroes.
no, we're not. No, we're dirty scoundrels. No.
Yes.
Just
A positive spin would be you're independent adventurers. Alternatively, you're kind of losers.
yeah, we're freestyling here. It's cool. We're righteous. Maybe it's having to do with the fact that we're all like blacklisted from we all have pasts that are gravely blacklisted from being able to participate in fun activities like being a part of the League of Heroes.
Checks out.
So where we're at, I believe I have here Blackmore.
That's correct.
Cool.
The ruins
Which is
of Blackmore.
Yes, the ruins of it,
Yes,
and
we can
it's
hear the music.
jungly themed. So we're thinking various foliage, creatures, like Avery said, ruins. So run down places. We haven't even found a sign of actual life yet. Just these constructs that have been walking around performing duties, and we gotta find some people. It's also this incredible black frost all over the ground, which can disintegrate, that has some sort of corrosion effects. When Calamity picked it up last week, it actually gave him a slight necrotic burn. So we have to watch out for this black frost that is both on the floors and creeps onto the walls. And I believe where we ended up, we did find a bigger ruin style building that is full of constructs, and we're trying to get to potentially whoever owns these constructs so we can have a conversation with them about finding the treasure. And that's about what I have written down for notes. How'd I do?
Thank you, Mackenzie. You did very good.
Yay!
Oftentimes my players don't do quite that well. Sometimes I say, all right, who wants to tell me about last time? And I get blank stares.
Oh, I
and
would've
everybody's
just
like,
read
my notes are blank from last session.
Imagine not filling in the fun part of the campaign, writing all the little fun details. Ugh. Couldn't be me.
So yes, these three adventurers took a small sailing ship and landed on this foreign land on a thin strip of grasslands, maybe a few miles wide, in between the ruins and the jungles. And they're not interested in the jungles; they were avoiding those, but they couldn't land on the city because of this black ice in the ocean. And they traveled into the ruins of the city. As they traveled, the city became less and less ruined, the buildings more and more whole, but also the black frost on the ground grew thicker and thicker and crept farther and farther up the walls of these better and better built buildings. And thanks to Chris, we determined that this is pretty much New York City. It's
Ooh.
it is the ruins of what we would consider a modern city, although everything does seem to run on some form of magic. Um, the automatons all have this golden glow coming from inside of them. The sliding doors, there's no like machine parts or rollers. There's just these like tracks with a golden glow along them that they slide along. So there's definitely signs of magic kind of powering everything, or rather, everything that has survived, given that most of it has fallen to dust. Um, they came across a couple of various automatons doing various tasks, a street sweeper, a weaver, someone who was tapping along the street, seeming to mark out damaged areas of the street, a few others that were either damaged or they looked perfectly good but were just standing completely still, either because they didn't have anything to do or because they actually were broken, just not visibly, or some such. I believe Calamity found a dagger hilt in one of the rooms you explored.
I think the one with the spider.
The one with the spider, that's right. But hasn't been able to make heads or tails of the dagger hilt. And besides that, you all really haven't found very much towards the whole treasure-seeking thing that you're here for. And at the end of the last session, you were attacked by a band of these humanoid wasp creatures, the size of small humans, 4 or 5 feet, with the multifaceted eyes and the buzzing wings and the carapaces, and also wielding swords and bows, which I believe I described last time as strange, powerful, shining bows. Which, since we're giving a little bit of the reveal, they're basically compound bows.
Ah.
From the little you saw, you're not sure if they're like actual mechanical compound bows, if there's some magic element to them, but there's, some sort of moving parts that gives them more power than, a normal wooden bow would have. But the players were able to, the party was able to drive them off, killing a few, including their leader, and then intimidating the rest into fleeing. I believe everybody took some damage, enough to be a little bit concerned, but not necessarily on the verge of death or any such thing. And just to start this off as auspiciously as possible, can everybody make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, no boy. Oh, I'm not using the... okay. Dang it!
First roll of the night, nat 20.
Hey, there you
Nice.
That doesn't bode well. Let's see. I'll roll for GW as well. GW, you got a 14 plus whatever your modifier is.
I
So
got a
plus 6
19.
is 20 for GW, dirty 20. So 19, 20, and 20.
Hell yeah. We've been
Very
prepped.
interesting. Very interesting. All right. Good to know. Thank you.
I am going to kind of take both my hands, put one on Toddle, one on Calamity, and give each of them 15 points from Lay on Hands, and
Ugh,
then do the same to myself.
thank you. Thank you. I
Okay.
needed such a thing.
All right. So at this point, you are all standing sort of in the middle of a fairly broad avenue. Um, the ground is completely coated in an inch or two of this black frost, which also continues a couple of feet up the building sides at this point. Um, you are surrounded by very tall buildings at this point, um, approaching uh, not necessarily skyscraper sized, but 10, 12 stories tall, and made of these steel and glass and uh, uh, this strange sandstone like material, concrete, uh, that you've been uh, discovering all along this way. And the black frost around you is all kicked up and knocked around because of this fight that you've been having, and there are several bodies of these uh, wasp people lying around, blasted, shells cracked, limbs cut off. I think Avaran may have even just about cut one of them in half.
I think the
Uh,
way you described it last time was my two smites on their leader basically disintegrated him.
that's right. That's right. So, blood and guts everywhere.
Mhm.
Um, it's a bit of a grisly scene. There's definitely a lot of fluids and sort of gross pieces littering the black uh, frost. And as you watch, um, while the pieces of like carapace and stuff like that don't seem to be really affected, bits of like guts and brain matter and flesh that have landed on the black ice are starting to dissolve.
Hmm. So their shells are resistant to it. I kind of look over at Toddle and just give him one of these like, hmm?
Okay, sorry. The first thing I'm gonna see if we're seeing black. Okay, what happened? So we just fought something. Why is it the black uh, uh black stuff is disintegrating? This is odd. Does it only come in when there's people? What's going on with that?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like their innards, their guts, are being dissolved by the black frost, but their shells aren't. So maybe they, over time, brew these shells as sort of a defense mechanism against the black frost.
You don't say! Immediately goes and tries to take it.
Which is quite possible. There are both pieces and mostly whole creatures with large pieces of carapace, and um, the carapace is hard, very hard, but not indestructible. Um,
Cool.
and I'm sure your artificer's tools are sufficient to sort of crack and break and cut pieces of it as you
I'm
wish.
just picturing Toddle pulling out like a giant lobster cracker.
Right. Anything. Jaws of life on these things. Um
It's legal.
it is to me. But no, scoundering as much material as basically I can hold because we're gonna do some crafting with this stuff to make sure it if this stuff can be can hold up against whatever's been like messing with this world, I want it on our bodies. So, I'll take as much as I can hold.
GW just like, not so sure about that description. Tuttle, how careful are you being to kind of get just the carapace and not have it come with bits of flesh along with it?
Oh, I would be detailed.
Okay, so
Tuttle would be meticulous about said thing. He'll take
Okay.
his time with it.
So he
This
just
is
kind
his treasure. This is his treasure.
Gotcha. So he kind of gets to work and slowly and meticulously breaks apart these carapaces into travel-sized pieces, scrapes the insides out. I imagine Avaran and Calamity are used to this at this point.
Oh yeah. I'm just kind of like idly twirling a dagger in my fingers, just like, okay, waiting for Toddle to do his thing.
After some tens of minutes of Toddle kind of gathering what they consider to be treasure and supplies, they've gathered everything that seems useful. And what would you all like to do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask if you had made them into any kind of like shoes or anything like that, so that I don't have to keep shoving my shield along
I
the
think that
ground.
would be a phenomenal idea. I think all the time we can take here to. I think I guess I should do like a perception check or something and just check the amount our surrounding areas to make sure that no more of these creatures are coming at the vicinity of which we are in currently, and then we should just like kind of buckle up here and maybe be able to let me do my crafting and get us these items we need, and as well as like this is the first area where the black frost isn't permeating throughout the whole thing, right? So
Oh, no, I mean,
oh,
the
it's
Black
still
Frost
there.
is permeating, yeah. It's just that there are clear areas because of the fighting.
The fighting.
They've basically been, haphazardly cleared away. So there's this, maybe 20, 30-foot diameter area in the middle that does still have Black Frost, but there are bare patches, especially where you were surrounded for a little while. And then outside of that, there's only like scattered places that have been brushed away, and it's still quite thick. And in fact, because it's been scraped down, you can really see how thick it is, and it's a good 1.5 to 2 inches, stretching out on the road in front of you and behind you and up the sides of the buildings.
Okay. Well, how about this? Toddle's gonna walk up after taking apart the materials, and is gonna walk over to Avery and he's gonna say, "Can you do me a favor? While I'm like crafting, sort of, I guess, well, I'll do like kind of a makeshift crafting of like some boots for us, for the whole team. Could you try to use your shield to kind of make a little area for me so I can set up? Because I am gonna need space for this."
No problem, Toddle. I'll get right on that for you. And so I do my best impression of that little like what was it, like a little crab thingy that was
It was it was a beetle. It was
a
about
beetle. There
6
we go.
inches to a foot.
Go summon him! Go get him! Come tell him to come in
I'm
here!
just gonna do my best impression. It's like turn around, turn around.
Cute. Aww.
And after few minutes, I would say, I have what, a 20 by 20 area cleared away.
All right, and I'll get to work.
Okay. So what exactly are you attempting to make with these pieces of carapace?
I guess this is like hard material, but I want to make it for like specifically the bottom of our feet, so we're not, so we can actually tread against this.
Okay.
I don't know, should it be shoes, greaves, like, maybe just like, what is it, like cowboys, how they have those like metal pieces on their cowboy boots? I don't know.
Well, like
One of those.
spurs and the steel toes?
Yeah, the steel toe, like something like that.
Well, we need it on the bottom.
Yeah, we need it. Yeah, we need it directly on the
You
bottom.
need like hobnail boots, but
Yeah.
carapace boots. Okay, well, go ahead and make an artif art artificery. That can't be right.
I forgot the roll.
So
Using
roll a
alchemist
D20.
surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be like D20 plus your some ability modifier, maybe intelligence plus your proficiency.
Okay. Oh, that's not great. Oh, that's not great. I'm gonna use that inspo. Oh, that was not good. Okay, so far real dice are not doing very well. Maybe I should have. Okay, that's a lot better. 15 plus my int 4, so 19.
Okay.
We good with that?
Good. Yep. So your sort of first attempt isn't going very well.
I imagine so.
But you recognize that, and you scrap it, and you start over. You have enough material to start over as you need to, and you're able to craft these sort of, soles of shoes that basically overshoes is what I'm thinking of here, that have grippy enough bottoms, have ridged bottoms, so that you're not going to be slipping and sliding all over the place. With a lower roll, I would have had them give you a disadvantage on some dexterity-based things. But yeah, you're pretty successful. You make you and Avaran things that cover your shoes, and Calamity things that cover his feet. Although I'm sure he's not very happy to wear things on his feet.
Happier than getting burned, probably.
He's not naked, so he still has clothing on.
We'll see how that goes. But with that success, with that success, you what do you do?
Okay. After some time, with that, DM, could I very, very, hi, can we please have a short rest for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yay!
Hooray for short rests.
And everybody make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Perception.
Dang it! I'm not supposed to be rolling digital dice. And it was bad.
10 total.
8.
From now on, any digital dice you roll don't count.
Okay.
If you roll it, doesn't matter. It doesn't count.
Okay.
Reroll it with a
Okay.
physical die. Good,
Okay.
bad, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Chat, can
Hey,
you hear
GW.
me? Can you
I
hear me,
hear.
chat?
I hear.
Let's
Chris,
see if
could you
Jack
please
can
roll?
hear you. That's
Could you please
important.
roll a d20 for me for perception, please?
GW got 12 plus whatever his perception is.
12 plus
Woo!
7, 8, 19.
Very nice.
19 perception for me.
Okay, and Avaran,
Yes.
what did you get?
Oh, I got 10. Sorry.
And Tala?
I got 8.
Okay, well, I guess, Avaran and Toddle are distracted. I mean, Toddle, that makes perfect sense, but I don't know what Avaran's up to. But Calamity's keeping an eye out, and, does
I'm
not...
here now. I'm here and ready.
Have we confirmed if the chat can hear you?
Nope, still waiting. I think I'm being trolled, though, because my audio waveform is moving. So I'm pretty sure I'm being heard now.
Okay.
But we'll find out.
I'm going to continue like you are until somebody tells me you're not. Until Butters tells me you're not.
Yeah.
DM. Calamity's actually keeping an eye and an ear out, but hears no indication of the wasp creatures returning. No buzzing, no flash of shining carapace. And yes, they can hear you. You do still hear some of the noises that have kind of been constant of various automatons. You're fairly deep into the city at this point, and there are a decent number of automatons working, not working, doing tasks that make noise, doing silent tasks. But all in all, there's just sort of a low background of like clicks and whirs and scrapes and clacks. That having spent a few hours in this city now, it's starting to just sort of fade into the background for all of you.
Okay.
And you have made your way at least 2/3 to 3/4 of the way towards the heart of the city. I say heart and not center because it is actually on a far corner. It's on the far northwest corner, sort of overlooking the ocean. But it is the heart of the city, and everything has sort of been growing better and better, nicer and nicer as you approach it, and you're getting fairly close now, but you're not there yet.
And I want to say that we are in the order that we were before when we came here. I want to say that it's Tuttle, me, then Everin. Am I right or am I wrong, guys?
I mean, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And we have shoes now.
Because I can see over you guys while also,
Mhm.
guarding the rear. So,
And as Calamity is walking, Averin, you do very much notice him doing that weird animal thing where when they have like shoes on, they're like, eh. And, like
you're like
it's
kind of
trying to
flicking your
shake it
feet
off.
out.
Like, eh.
Kitten
Like-
mittens!
How do you guys do this?
Take some getting used to, my friend. Don't worry, it'll come to you.
Better than being burnt.
By the time you're used to it, we'll already have left.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make it sound better, but okay. Quick thing though. Mackenzie, friend.
Hi.
Do you know what spell Tuttle has in his item? No, not yet. Want a suggestion?
Which one?
Identify.
Identify in one of my items? You think so?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
feel like that would be super good.
Okay, I'll figure out something. I'll figure out something to put.
Okay.
So, leading into the fight last time, Calamity was starting to feel a little bit nauseous. And as you all walk away from the fight and continue your way towards the center of the city, Calamity kitten mittening their way along in the center of the group, Avaran and Toddle also begin to feel a little bit nauseous. Not terrible, not on the verge of throwing up, just queasy, just not quite right. And Calamity, the nausea continues, but you also begin to feel itchy on your skin, so, deep under your fur, at the base of your fur, your skin is starting to get itchy.
Yeah, Everin, you notice me to start to like really scratch myself, like in areas, and as the more he scratches, the more he starts to spark, and that's not a good thing.
And so I kind of slow my pace, maybe let a few more feet of distance, get between us, so that I don't become collateral damage or something.
You're not gonna tell me to stop? Okay.
I mean, I figure you would stop if you if you could stop, But sure, I will point out to
Can't stop,
Calamity.
won't stop.
Calamity, you're starting to spark a little bit there.
Huh? What? And I look at my kind of like the little spurts, like, I don't know why, but I'm so itchy all of a sudden. It's like It's like under my fur coat. Do I have fleas? I'm gonna look. I'm gonna like kind of lift up my like leather or whatever. I'm gonna like open like my tummy fur. Do I see flies or anything?
Roll investigation.
Okay. Chris, can you roll a d20 for me?
I can't believe the dice goblin doesn't have
I
dice.
know. There was so
It's
many
a
things I
10
had
plus
to do.
whatever.
A 10 plus. Wow, gotta be so mad about it.
Well, I don't know what your modifier is.
Investigation. So that's gonna be a total of 11 investigation.
You don't really see anything. You look like yourself.
Huh.
I don't.
Should
I don't
we,
see any
like-
fleas.
Should we like put an ointment on you or something, or dunk you in water?
If you have ointment, that'll be great.
I do not have any ointment, so I would need to go and like I have to go and like find someone.
DM, do I feel like I'll have some kind of status effect from this sudden itchiness? Like, am I gonna like have disadvantage on stuff? Not yet. Okay. I'll just say.
If it gets worse, you might, but as it is, it's irritating. But when you actually get into any action, it's not going to be so distracting that it makes you make mistakes.
Okay, I'm just gonna say I'll try to stop scratching. I'll just put my hands like and I'm gonna just like really hold my hands in front of me straight, like kind of like clasping like fists, and just walk and focus on not scratching myself. And that's
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Uh,
Because I was about to have to roll some damage if I didn't stop scratching.
That's no good.
I would make you a salve if I had like I don't have any materials. Plus, like I don't think we have any shops. So like,
I'm gonna cast Aid on Calamity.
yeah, I was like, I could,
It says your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve.
Yeah. I think you get a +5 to the
Yep. You get temporary hit points. 5 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I also have that stuff.
5 temp. Thank you so much. And just for my fellow teammates here, there was a lot that I was kind of handling when I was silent. Can you tell me what we are currently doing right now?
Headed towards the
Walking.
heart of the city, and Toddle made us shoes out of the shells of the wasp people
Awesome.
because
All right.
it's resistant to the black frost.
Perfect. DM, as we're walking closer and closer to the heart of the city, what do we see?
So you are continuing to see sort of the same trend of buildings. At this point, the buildings basically have no significant physical damage that might have come from any sort of force. There's of course wear from time, a great deal of time, and so as you look in through glass windows and glass walls and doors, or poke your head into rooms, basically everything organic has decayed, turned into dust or piles of muck, and the black frost has spread through any open doorways or open windows, filling up the first floor rooms, as well as crawling up the walls towards the second floor. Do you explore any of the buildings further than just poking your head in?
Yes. The curious rabbit will go into one of these buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, I would too. I think I would be interested in exploring.
I will follow them.
How about everybody roll investigation?
Can I forgo my own role and just help Toddle to give him an advantage on this?
Yes. You
Okay,
can make a roll for me. Oh, this is 5e, isn't it? So they
Yes.
just
Yeah.
get a bonus? Or
They
advantage?
just get advantage on
Okay.
Yeah.
on what they're doing. Yeah.
Been running
So,
Pathfinder.
So yeah, Mackenzie, roll with advantage. So roll twice and take the
Okay.
higher.
Okay.
While Mackenzie's doing that, I got a 16.
Okay.
What were you rolling again? Perception?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Oh, investigation. Okay. 13.
And is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I'm gonna be looking out for like organic materials that I can make a salve out of.
I'm looking for treasure. I mean, we're here on a treasure hunt.
That too.
All right. Well, you wander through the first floor, and there are, some metal structures that are still intact, but anywhere that you might have expected there to be anything organic, tables, chairs, plants, it's all gone. It's mostly just these wide open, empty concrete and metal rooms. Even any sort of non-metal, non-concrete flooring is gone, or ceiling. So they're just these empty boxes. And you do come across a row of doors, sort of like the glass sliding doors that you've seen, only they're all metal. And there's some sort of steel panel on the wall with runes that you can't really read anymore because they've sort of worn away. And the black frost has started to crawl up over these doors and over this metal panel. So you can still see them through it because it's very thin at that point. But I lost my train of thought.
The Black Frost was going over these large structures.
Yeah,
It's going
so,
upward.
Right. So it's going up over all of these buildings. On the outside, it's reaching second, third floor at this point. On the inside, it's only been able to crawl through, to spread through open doorways, open windows, any sort of opening. And so it's sort of erratic on the inside. It may be thick in some places and thin or non-existent in others. So you come across this row of doors, and there's a thin layer of black frost, but not very much, crawling up it. And the doors, unlike most of the sliding glass doors that you've come across, these doors don't open when you walk near them.
I'm so curious about these runes on the door that we cannot read because it's been so much stuff over time.
So the runes aren't on the door. There's a metal panel sort of to the side of the doors.
I see. I'm gonna walk up by these metal doors. I'm gonna walk up to this panel. And besides the runes that I can't really read, is there anything else about this particular panel?
Roll investigation.
God, Here we go.
Luck.
My investigation is a 7.
It's definitely a metal panel, and you think there might have used to been writing on it or something, or maybe someone just went to town.
I'm gonna put my hand on it.
Okay. You immediately take a point of necrotic damage as you put your hand on the black frost. And you do kind of melt the black frost there in sort of a handprint, so you can a little bit more clearly see the metal panel, but doesn't really give you a whole lot more in the way of details, and nothing else happens.
Are either of you a little bit troubled by the fact that this seems to be crawling up the walls?
Yeah, no, that's the fact that it can move in a upward motion gives me the fact that it's against gravity, or like it can work against gravity, therefore we're dealing with something much stronger than just a random plagued item that's growing from the ground. I have a question. I guess it's one of those things where we won't know unless I try it. I'm gonna walk over to Calamity and cast Lesser Restoration and see if that helps him at all. With the itchiness and what's happening.
I allow this to be cast on me.
Yeah, so like I guess for flavor, what Lesser Restoration would be is I guess Toddle wears gloves, so he can, and he also has a tattoo on his palm. Long story short, it gives him a lot of proficiencies and shit, and he's gonna just like kind of do this like rubbing motion, and his hands will start to glow that like bright yellow glow that he has when in contact with higher beings, I
Are
guess.
you Mr. Miyagiing this?
Yes! Yes, I wax on and wax off. No,
Nice.
yeah, so yeah. No, so yeah, this is what Toddle is like casting Restoration. It's like
Cool.
is like him doing some cool hand stuff, and I'm just gonna like boop him on the head and see if that makes him feel any better and less itchy.
So
I forgot that I could do that.
Calamity Tuttle boops you on the head, and this sort of this light sort of runs down your body, and it kind of tickles as it goes. And as it passes, the itching does fade, and so does the nausea.
Wow. I feel
Do you
great.
feel? You feel better? Okay, good. I'm glad I remembered I can do that.
What'd you do?
I think this special tattoo I got when we were in Oath lets me be able to basically make you feel better, which kind of goes well in part to what I do. So
You have great timing. I was about to throw up again.
yeah, I don't want you throwing up. That's not good for that. No, we don't need any. We don't need this. We don't need these things. But if you're gonna throw up, I guess do it on the wall with the black frost.
Okay. But if I don't see anything more here of interest in this building / room that we're in, I'm probably gonna start hopping out.
Okay. So Avery, you rolled a little bit better on your investigation for the building. So while Calamity and Toddle are looking at this row of doors and this metal plate, you keep glancing around a little bit, and you've poked your head through a couple of doors and doorways and just found more and more rooms. But you do notice that one door has some sort of plate or device above it. It doesn't have anything written on it. It's not lit up, but it's the only door you've seen that has this plate mounted like directly above it. So it sort of makes this door stand out.
Is there anything on the plate, like any sort of pictographic
Nope.
things? Just a blank plate?
As far as you can tell.
Shoot.
Do I see any handles on the door?
I haven't really talked about handles at all yet, have I?
No.
Things open.
There are no handles. You've not seen any handles in the entire city.
Oh boy.
Interesting. How
But you have been
high?
able to push some doors open.
Okay. How high up is the plate?
8.5 feet.
All right, I'm 6 feet. I can probably reach that if I jump. I'm gonna just give a little hop and tap the plate, see if anything happens.
Oh, what are you, 16?
Hey, you know what? I'm in a new land. I don't know what any of this stuff is.
Nothing happens when you touch the plate.
Hmm. Trying to think if I have anything that'll do anything here. I guess I'll try and push on the door.
Okay. It opens easily, swings open at your touch.
Oh no.
And I kind of like sheepishly like look around like no one saw me jump and touch the plate, right?
Oh, did I see him go in and do that?
Roll perception.
Okay. 19 plus 6. 19 plus 6.
Damn.
Yes, you did.
You really
Uh,
saw
You're
it.
lesser restoration calamity, but you totally noticed.
Okay, so I saw Avery just go into that room. I'm gonna run after him and I'm gonna be like panicking for some reason. Like I feel like something fucked up's gonna happen. So I'm gonna cast detect magic in that room, please.
I'm running
Okay.
after him.
So Avery, did you enter through the door?
I mean, I just pushed it open and then all of a sudden Toddle went running inside. So I'm gonna follow Toddle.
Or rather, I am by Avaran, like I didn't run right in front of him. I'm like just like I'm sensing weirdness and I'm gonna cast detect magic in that room.
Okay.
Okay.
So you rush over to Avaran, kind of stick your head through the door and cast detect magic, and so you get your read from detect magic at the same time as you get a visual.
Oh no.
From the detect magic, you get a very, very faint sense from basically all over. From the door itself, from the plate above the door. Lines of it running through the walls, but all of it so faint that you can only just barely tell it's there, and you can't tell what type of magic it is, what school or
Okay.
anything. Just that there once was magic
Something
there.
here. Okay.
And what you've stuck your head into is the first floor of a stairwell. And across from you is another door with no handle on it, with another plate above it, and to the side are stairs winding their way up. Concrete and metal stairs.
So I'm getting a really faint Todd will explain. I'm getting a really faint magical sense from this place. It's whatever was here doesn't seem to be here present as much as it used to be. And I can't even detect what type of magic it is, which is the most frustrating. That would probably give us the most information. Alas, we should proceed with caution because was at one point here, and we just fought a whole bunch of people. So, and that's what Tuttle says.
Okay.
Can I look up the stairwell to see how far it goes?
Yeah, you glance upwards. It's a pretty tight stairwell, so you can't get a super clear look, but it definitely goes up at least a few floors. You know from looking at the outside that this building is maybe 10 floors high. You don't see any sign of it, cutting off. And you do see that on the next floor there is one door, in the same sort of location as the one you came through. No door on the other side like there is on the first floor.
I'm gonna walk across the stairwell and just kind of see if I can push the next door and like peek in.
Yeah, it pushes quite easily, and you look out onto a street. Very similar to the streets you've been walking on, black frost covering the ground. Within sight, you can see a couple of automatons, one of them just sort of standing in the middle of the street. One of them, very similar to one you already saw, which appears to be attempting to clean a window, and just making this horrible screech, 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 screech sound because it doesn't have a cloth or any such thing.
Well, what do you think? What do you think, lads? Should we go up?
Let's
and
keep
explore?
going. Yeah, we're here for treasure. We're here to explore. We just need to proceed with caution. So, proceed with caution for me, for Toddle is just gonna be like, he's gonna be a little bit more like stealthy. He's not gonna try to be as like obliviously like walking into place.
DM, I have a question. What when we were walking on the street, is there a noticeable building here that's the tallest building in the city?
Not particularly, no. You can see that you were walking on a fairly straight avenue, and you could see that the buildings got even taller as you went up. You couldn't necessarily see what was at the end of the avenue, because it was still some ways away, and it wasn't perfectly straight. But the buildings definitely did continue to get taller if you kept going towards the heart of the city.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to follow the team upstairs.
Everybody roll stealth, please.
I still get stealth with disadvantage. Fuck me.
Oh, fuck me too. Natural
Why do you have
one.
disadvantage?
Chainmail.
Ah.
I rolled
Okay.
super low as well. I rolled a total of 7.
5.
Natural one.
Actually 6, but oh yeah.
I'm basically
I'm not sure
banging
I've
a
ever
pot.
had a group that bad on stealth.
Yeah, I'm real bad. I'm
I'm tripping over my
I'm
feet on these
normally very
stairs.
good.
Yeah.
No.
Just tripping over
Avaran's
my
just
own feet.
clanking their way up the stairs, and Calamity's tripping over their shoes, and Tuttle just like is carrying a bunch of shit and clanking as they walk.
Always.
And you're all like, okay, we're gonna be careful. Clank, 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 clank.
Yeah.
But you are keeping your eyes open. Not just blindly walking into rooms. I imagine Avaran is still leading and sort of peeking through doorways instead of just busting through them.
That's the idea, at least. But I mean, I rolled a 1, so.
Well, you don't do it stealthily, but you don't blunder straight into any traps either.
Gotcha.
And you make your way up to the second floor, and you kind of give a brief tour of the second floor, which is very similar to the first, pretty much empty. And you continue making your way up, making brief stops.
Okay.
And you don't find anything until you get to what looks like it's probably the top floor. You think it might be the top floor because the stair doesn't continue as a stairway. It does continue as sort of a ladder, but there's no continued spiral staircase. And the ladder leads up to a sort of single door to kind of a different place. And then the whole shaft just ends after that. So if there's more building above this, it's accessed by some other means. And otherwise, it's the top. And you are at the 10th floor at this point, so you are estimating that this is probably the top floor. And you kind of poke your head out into the top floor, and what you see is just a mess. Just organic material just filling everything. It's this sort of how do I describe this? It's sort of like layers and layers of like wet newspaper allowed to dry.
Like paper mache?
Yeah, kind of like paper mache, without the glue. So it's like stiff, but not like hard. and it's just sort of piled up in the hallway, including piled up sort of around the top corners, turning this rectangular hallway into more of a tunnel. As you sort of poke your head. So you push on the door, and it only opens a little bit before getting kind of stuck in this paper mache tunnel.
Does it say anything on the papers?
Nope.
Hmm.
It's not exactly like sheets of paper. It just sort of has that sort of texture.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna test its structural integrity with my foot. Just kind of reach forward and then put my weight on it.
Do it.
So the very bottom, the very center, is very thin, which is good because your foot goes right through it. It just sort of crumbles around your foot as you step into it, and your foot hits the floor.
Do I feel like this is a wasp nest type structural
Roll nature.
Can I do that too?
Yes.
My nature came to a total of 10.
You
What?
barely even know what a wasp is.
Nothing.
You're like, are these like hell wasps, but not from hell?
I just rolled a dirty 20 on nature.
Okay.
Thank
good,
God.
Good.
Jeez.
Good. Thank you.
Avaran's got it, yeah. Avaran knows that the structure is not dissimilar to a wasp nest. If this was built like a wasp nest, it's been abandoned for some time. If it were a normal wasp nest, it wouldn't crumble that easily, but a wasp nest abandoned for a long time will start to dry out and crumble. So you can't be sure that that's exactly what you're seeing, since it's certainly a lot bigger than anything you've ever seen, but it does seem to pretty much match your memory of old crumbling abandoned wasp nests.
And I mean, we did just fight some giant wasps, so
Yeah. This could have been their shelter.
I suppose it could have been, yeah, but I don't know, just from the feel of it, it doesn't appear as if they've been here for quite some time. I don't think there's any risk of us running into any more of them here.
I agree. I think we should investigate and see if there is potentially any leftover anything from these the folks that we fought earlier. And if you want, I could go first and be like, or I could just run in real quick and like invisible and just scope it out. Or I can make Calamity invisible. We can send him in because he's the smallest. Whatever you guys want to do.
It would probably be better if you did it, Tuttle.
Okay, he's.
As Tuttle thinks about what he wants to do, I think this is a pretty good time for a 10-minute break.
Oh, thank you. I had to pee so
All right, guys, we are gonna go ahead and take our 10. We will be right back. See you guys soon. Hello, welcome back, guys. So since I couldn't be her at the top of the game, I want to say it now. I want to give a shout out to Grip & Co., our longest-time sponsor. Check them out at gripandco.com, and on your purchase, enter Fabled42 to get 22% off. Lastly, I want to say thank you to everyone who joined the St. Jude's fundraiser that we did over on Critical Dice's channel this past Friday. It was amazing to see those of you who stopped by. Thank you if you donated. It was a great time. The goal was actually, let me pull it up. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here we go. So our goal, the overall goal that us and the rest of the channels were doing, was $25,415. We exceeded that, and we got $25,662 plus a additional 430 something that Luke Gygax is throwing in, because during his stream, I believe he got enough subs that came out to 400 and something. So
Nice.
thanks to all the channels that were involved, all the VODs are still up. So everyone rated in everyone. So it's very easy to check out those VODs and see like where the chain came from, to like go back and like rewatch the entire event. So happy that we could be a part of that. And yeah, one last thing. I put in some new channel perks into the chat, so you may see more things than you normally have in the past. So instead of just like the usual luck and decent inspiration, we now have healing potions in there, up for channel points, and we have different levels of inspiration in there as well. All are different channel point costs. And I'm trying to think of some other cool ones to add in there. So if any of you have any ideas, like one of the ideas that I had were like maybe get a spell slot back or something. I'm not sure. But if you have any ideas, let us know in the chat and in the Discord.
That one would have to be pretty expensive.
Yes, it will be. But that's all for me. Back to you, DM.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I believe actually it's back to Toddle. And also, I don't think GW mentioned it, but Chris had to go.
He had a family thing, so I will be rolling for Avery now. I'll take good care of him.
We'll miss him, but he did want us to keep playing, so we shall do this. Mackenzie, are you muted?
Yes, hi, hello, I'm here.
Okay. Hi, hello.
Hello.
So, Toddle wants to explore this wasp nest hallway.
And I want to do it in gaseous form.
Okay.
Because why the hell not? No, it'll be funny. It'll be funnier than being invisible. This is good. This is in the mind of Toddle, who is the gnome who likes creating fun scenarios. So, there's gonna be Avaran and Calamity standing there. I'm gonna like look at them and be like, "Do you contest me going into this hole right now?"
No.
No. Okay. Let me go explore. I think for gaseous form, my flavor is that he has like a cute little small, like I totally think of like Emperor's New Groove, where it's like a small vial potion, and he just like boop, chugs it real quick, and then poof, he's like instantaneously a fluffy cloud thing. That is like in his palette colored. Yeah, the poison for Cusco, the Cusco's poison. Yeah.
Chosen specifically for Cusco. That poison.
That poison.
Oh.
That's poison.
That poison.
So
you knock back this tiny little potions, like adorably, ridiculously tiny little potion.
Yes.
And just immediately, the solid Toddle turns into a just sort of at first a cloud of mist in the exact shape of Toddle, and then it just sort of spreads out into just sort of a gaseous cloud.
Yeah. And I always pictured it being like his colors, since he's like a grayish mountain gnome type guy with white hair. It's like I always pictured it being like these like gray, so it kind of looks like fog.
And this cloud of fog moves through the doorway and into the tunnel hallway.
Yes. I go.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of float down the hallway, and I'm assuming you can still see. It totally doesn't.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna assume you can still
that's
see.
like the one thing. Yeah, it's like you can't touch anything. I can't talk, but I can
It
still
would be really
see.
useless if you couldn't see, wouldn't it?
That yeah. I would assume.
But you sort of flow down the hallway, and you see more and more of this ancient crumbling wasp nest. I mean, it's not crumbling as you pass through it because you're not solid, but it still has that look of old and brittle. All down this hallway. It actually covers a couple of doors, and then the hallway opens up into a larger room, which is just entirely covered in it. The floors, the walls, there are like these pillars of it coming up from the floor, sort of supporting it on the ceiling. So you're just sort of standing in the center of this sort of hive, but there's no life, no buzzing, no movement, no creatures, just this old, papery tunnels. These old papery tunnels.
Okay. Let's. Should I roll like a d6 and just pick one at random?
There's no need.
Okay.
Your gaseous form allows you to pretty quickly just sort of glance through the entire floor, and you're keeping your eye out for treasure, of course, and also for anything interesting, and you're really not finding anything at all.
Bummer. Okay. So there's not much I could do in this form, so I'm just basically looking and trying to find anything, not finding anything of interest. I can't pick or prod at anything, so I will return to Calamity and Avaran and uncast the spell and come back to normal form, and quickly he's gonna be like searching through his sleeves to pull out a scroll and a quill or a pen as quickly as possible, trying to like draw what I saw so that they could visualize what I saw and just be like, so nothing of interest, but I saw this and this structure, and just kind of describe that to them, and then just kind of shrug.
Yep, you quickly sort of sketch out the inside of a wasp nest with these pillars and just overhead all around. Basically, just more of what you can see in the tunnel, but larger areas. Calamity and also Avaran.
Avaran's going to suggest that we follow this ladder that goes up to a different door. And Calamity, me, I will agree. I'm going to try to hop up there first as Calamity. I'm going to hop up this ladder and try to see if I can open the door.
Okay. The door opens without any issue.
It wasn't locked or anything. That's lucky. And I'm going to open it. I'm going to like hop through and kind of gesture everyone else to like follow.
I'm gonna, real quick before we leave, I'm gonna yell out to Calamity, like, should we, like, do something about this? Like, should we block it off or bomb it or something so that whoever was once residing here can't come back, or should we just leave it as is?
I think it's fine. I don't think we're gonna stay here for too much longer anyway.
Okay. I guess, if anything, we could use it as a hiding spot. That could be like base of operations. We could rest there. Just saying. As I look at my HP.
Okay.
How about that's base? That could be our base in this world, is that thing, because it looks like it's abandoned as hell, and no one's using it. So
Okay, maybe get up here.
Okay. And I or I climb, whatever. Yeah. Up.
Okay. Yep. You head up the ladder, onto the roof. You kind of step out of this, basically just like a little shed, on the roof, and um, the roof is it's not empty, but there's nothing living here either. It looks like there are sort of haphazard stacks of like pieces of broken stone and pieces of metal and just like various inorganic things that look like they might have been collected from elsewhere in the city and sort of piled up here and there on the roof, um, sort of left to break and scatter in just sort of no particular organization.
Okay. Do me or Avaran feel like this is similar to what birds do when they collect things for a nest?
Roll nature.
Okay, I am the blue die and Avaran is the red die. Okay, so Avaran got for nature a total of 9, and for me, I got a total of an unnatural 20.
Okay. I like unnatural 20 better
Ooh,
than
Avery?
dirty 20.
Okay.
Avaran apparently knows about bugs, but he doesn't know shit about birds. But Calamity does. And it doesn't really give you any particular vibe of like building a nest. It sort of looks more like um, somebody had collected stuff and then sort of just like went through it really fast. Like not really caring what happens to the stuff they didn't want, and just sort of like it might have once been in like neater stacks, and now they're just sort of like scattered across the place.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's search it. Let's rummage it. Let's see what we can find.
Yeah, I will search the place.
Okay.
What do I roll?
Investigation.
Yeah.
I will help.
Oh, dang it!
Toddle.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Doesn't
Oh,
count.
okay, look at that. 30, 20.
I will help Toddle investigate to give Toddle an advantage,
Okay.
and Avran will roll by himself. So Avran got a total of 17 for investigation.
Yeah. 18, 19, 20, 20. I got 21.
Okay. So the three of you, the three of you sort of glancing around through things. Calamity just sort of moving stuff out of the way for Toddle to help Toddle find anything that might be hidden. And Toddle, you don't find much. Most of it is just broken stone. You actually, you find some pieces of broken metal, but you actually do find one object that was just sort of beneath a piece of stone. Looked like it had just sort of a piece of stone had been dropped on top of it, and it was forgotten about. And it is this sort of sleek metal device, the same sort of metal as the dagger hilt that Calamity found. And it has these two sort of curved pieces opposite each other like this, and in between them, not in the middle, but a little bit to one side, like a bar, like a handle. And on the handle, there are sort of patterns etched, again, similar to the dagger hilt that Calamity found.
Okay, so like another sort of ancient item.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, I'll pocket that. You know. Calamity, do you still have that old that dagger hilts?
Here. I'll take it out of my pocket and give it to him.
Okay. Does anything happen when we try to like put these objects together? No, nothing clicks or anything.
No, they don't
No.
really look like they fit together in any particular way. They look like they're, made of similar construction, but are either two pieces of something else entirely or just two separate things entirely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, at least we're getting some form of treasure here in the sense that we don't know what this is and it could be very valuable. Can I roll like a history check and maybe try to figure out if I would know the materials or like if there's any insignias or anything on it?
You can roll an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay. Oh, dang it! Don't. Ignore that. Ugh.
While Talo's rolling that, DM, are we like outside? Is there like open sky here, or is it like another room?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you are on top of the building, and
Gotcha.
Walking to the edge, there's a parapet that's just like 3 feet tall. So you can probably clamber up onto it if you want to look over, and it's a good 2 feet wide, so there's plenty of space to stand on it, and you were looking out over the city.
I do so.
The roads that you've been walking on, covered in black frost, other buildings. You can't see very far towards the center of the city because there are taller buildings in that direction. But turning around the other way, you actually can see out away from the center of the city quite a ways. You happen to have gotten lucky, and not all the buildings are just strictly going up, but you happen to be on one that kind of is open in that direction, nothing taller than it, and you can just see buildings and buildings and buildings, getting smaller and smaller and more damaged as they go out to the horizon where you came from and the horizon in other directions.
Gotcha.
For my roll, I got a 25.
Okay. While the sort of etchings or inscriptions on both of these devices aren't necessarily anything you recognize, you do get the impression that they are some form of arcane runes and have something to do with the function of these devices, and that sort of gives you what you need to sort of poke and prod at them a little bit until you figure out how to turn them on.
Ooh. Okay.
And it turns out to be a fairly simple set of motions that turns each of these devices on, but not one that you would necessarily accidentally do, sort of a couple of different movements while you're holding it.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the dagger hilt is just very abruptly a golden blade, seemingly just made out of pure golden light.
Okay.
And similarly, on the device that you sort of hold like this, and it has these curved pieces coming up, in the same place as the handle was, but on the opposite side, there's like a bar of golden light.
Okay.
And you sort of make one last motion, and out of that bar of light flies a projectile of light that hits a wall across from you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little too far for you to tell how much damage it may or may not have done to the wall, but it flew fast.
Yeah. Okay. These are weapons.
Oh, wow.
I'll hold. Are you okay if I hold on to these?
Yeah, it's probably better if you do. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on to these.
We made a fucking lightsaber and a laser gun.
A very small lightsaber.
I'll take it. We'll take it.
those will be useful. Okay, cool. So we found 2 very useful items, and I poked and prodded it enough. Anything you see outside of like where you were looking? Like, is there anything we should? I know we're in like a general area, but is there anywhere we should be, like, indication of where we should be going?
All I can tell is that further away from the city is more damaged and ruined, and the closer we get to the heart, the buildings are just bigger and more together, I guess. I didn't really see anything more than that. I'm wondering if like the treasure is like in the biggest building here.
Well, that's my assumption too, but I don't know. I would go wherever there's like most activity, which like there's just none, except for these constructs we've ran into. I keep, I want to assume we're in the right place because we just had a fleet of like guards attack us. So
And
I
they were
want to assume we're
living.
somewhere. Yeah.
They weren't
Yeah.
constructs. They were alive.
Yeah, so like, and they had like blood and guts and stuff. So we have to be onto something with where we're at. Why would they be guarding this area?
Did we see where they flew off to?
Not really.
Okay.
They sort of just like flew off and ducked behind various buildings, and they were sort of gone.
So this is what I think. I could be horribly wrong, but this is what I think. I think that those creatures are the only things that can actually live in this city because the ground is covered in like that death ice stuff. And I guess the constructoid thingies, they don't get affected like living things do. So I think, do you think maybe they might have the treasure we're looking for? And, like, the tallest, because like, so here at this building, the ice only goes to the 2nd floor. But I think the further we get into this area, that there's more floors with less ice because everything is so much taller.
I agree. I definitely think, I don't think that those are the only things that live here, but it's definitely going to be something of insectoid ancestry, right? Something that has wings, something that doesn't touch the ground, something that is potentially not fully living. We might be walking into frickin' hell itself all over again. I don't know. What I do know is we need to find someone who can actually sit and have a coherent conversation with us, which is gonna probably take a minute.
Do you think maybe one of those animec things can actually talk to us?
I don't know. I tried talking to it and it didn't respond. We have to potentially find one that's responsive.
You're pretty smart at like knowing certain things about things. Do you have like any ability to like talk to those kind of things or like know about them?
Not that I could. I am gonna like be fumbling through my pack trying to find something, but I think unless I like do some tinkering, I still don't like.
Mackenzie, how bad, like HP wise, how bad is Tuttle looking right now?
He's like at about half.
DM, I would like to try to do a short rest on this rooftop.
Sure.
Or do you want to go back to the? Do you want to go back to the hole?
If it'll make you feel better, yes, we'll go back to the hole.
Yay! I want to go in the hole.
Okay, we're gonna follow Tuttle into the wasp holes, and we're gonna
So this
short
is where I
rest
saw
there.
this, and this is where I saw that, and like, look, doesn't that look cool? And this is him describing.
May I roll my short rest hit die, DM?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Okay. Avery's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty crispy. For me,
didn't you all already take a short rest?
I
I
don't know.
did.
Did we?
Okay, you did. You took one at the beginning of
Yeah.
near the beginning of the session.
Yeah.
I think you were You were doing tech show at the time.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and roll for that
Yeah.
that short rest I didn't roll for then. So what's my con? So what's gonna be?
How do you roll for HP for a short rest?
I do it manually. I roll my I rolled my HP die for. Do you know what your hit die is for an artificer?
1d8.
Okay, so you're going to for you. I would suggest rolling at least 3d8 since you're like at half health. I would suggest rolling 3d8, and then at the end of that you add your Constitution modifier to it.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is +8. Oh shit.
And
Okay.
you know what? I'll go ahead and blow a second one just to kind of cap me off so I can get back to full HP. Heal. And in features, where is it? Is it features? HP?
18.
I forget where you mark off your short. Oh, I know where. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, it's right by the long rest button.
Yep. So I use 2 of my hit die. Take short. Confirm. All right, I'm all set when you are, Mackenzie. Oh, your headphones are off, so you can't hear me.
Excellent.
DM, while we're in these wasp holes,
Wasp holes.
does anything catch my eye at all?
Such as?
I don't even know what to add. Treasure.
No, Tal did already kind of go through everything. I didn't find anything of note, and glancing around yourself, you're not seeing anything that Tal didn't see.
Gotcha. Okay. Tuttle, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, let's go.
And Everin. All right.
Everett's ready to go.
Everett
Let's
is going to say something like this where he talks in an accent.
You know, that wasn't
That's
bad.
a little more
that was
British.
that wasn't
Yeah.
bad. We'll take it.
It was bad.
Well,
It's pretty bad.
so
Talks in
we're
an
go-
accent,
as
like.
Averin's going to fall into kind of like a leadershipy type position, and he's going to guide us back downstairs of this building and back onto the street. And since they both saw, where the buildings get even taller further in, we're gonna walk that direction.
Sure.
And it's going to be Averin in front, me, and then Tuttle, unless Tuttle you want to be somewhere different.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay. I have to be in the middle.
Yeah.
And DM, do we see, are we in an area where there's lots of constructs just doing stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Calamity is going to hop up to like the cleanest looking one, the cleanest, whatever, the more golden one, I don't know. And I'm gonna say,
they are cleaner now that you've gotten closer to the center of the city than the ones out by the edge were.
Right. I'm gonna say, excuse me, can you understand me?
So you've come up to this automaton that is sort of vaguely gorilla shaped, standing as if it's like guarding a door, kind of just standing there. Looks pretty nice, but it doesn't move, say anything, gives no response when you speak to it.
Hello, and I'm gonna like kind of knock on its calf, clunk, 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 clunk.
And that's exactly what it does. Kind of, sort of clang, clang, clang. Sort of a dull clanging sound and no response.
What is it doing?
It is standing to the side of a door, sort of like this, and that's it.
Can I, like, grab those two ancient items I found and kind of, like, hold them up and see if anything happens? Like, if they take note?
Nothing happens.
Dang it, okay.
I'm gonna climb on it. I'm gonna start to climb on its its front, trying to make myself up to its head.
You start to climb on it, and it finally moves. And all it does is it reaches down, and it pulls you off, it sets you back down, and it goes directly back into its pose.
Well, at least it's nice.
Yeah, it's at least nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I'm gonna actually approach it and just try to talk to it and just say, hello, are you responsive at all to sound language?
It does not respond.
No, okay.
It's
I'm
taking
sure
a-
there's a way we can communicate with this, but we don't know how.
It looks really like protective or guardy or whatever. So, automaton, can you protect us?
It does not respond.
I tried. I'm gonna start hopping away and just continue down the street.
It would be cool if I could get one of these. Toddle just wants to, like, mess around with these things so bad. I want. What can I do?
Avery thinks what would happen if we would attack one of these robots.
No, I know. I'm like, what are all the things we could do right now? And I'm like super tempted to like flick it and see if it responds as like a threat.
Do it.
Okay. So Toddle is going to very gently just tap, like, kind of a ting flap at it and see if it responds to that as aggression.
It does not respond.
Okay, well.
Oh, well, I guess down the road we go.
Okay,
Hop, 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 hop.
shoot, darn.
And as we're going down the street, DM, I need a reminder. So the quest is find the treasure in the heart of the city. Was that the exact words you used?
The quest was to find any treasure
Anything.
or artifacts that might have been left here, and your initial plan idea was to go straight to the heart of the city because that seemed like the most likely place. Your original plan was actually to land your boat right there, but because of the black ice on the ocean, you weren't able to.
Mm-hmm.
And so your
Okay.
goal here has largely just been to cross that distance from where you landed to where you wanted to go in the first place.
All right. So now, thank you so much for that reminder. That definitely changes my trajectory of thinking. The plan is, if Toddle agrees, that we're going to just walk until we're in the part of the city where the buildings are the highest and the life forms are more in number. And when we get there, then we'll start going into buildings to look for. It sounds like we've already got one artifact that Toddle put together. So maybe there's like more pieces of this thing. Maybe there's other things. So yeah, once we get to the heart of the city, we're gonna start to explore afterward,
Okay.
or where the city is the tallest. That's the plan.
That's where you want to go? Sure. I'm down.
All right, there we go.
I do want to attack one of these automatons.
Do you?
Okay.
No,
So-
no.
All right,
surely
Toddle.
not.
Avery will say to you, in his usual Scottish accent that I cannot do Scottish or Irish. Don't even ask me. But he will say to you, if we can get one of these automatons by itself, we can
Yeah.
attack it and see what happens.
Well,
But
I
not
imagine.
but not
I
in
am.
like a group setting.
Yeah, I imagine if we attack one of them, then we'll be like,
Zombie
it'll,
town.
yeah, it'll be like.
I'm
all
assuming. I don't
after
know
us.
clearly.
I don't know
But
either. So yeah, no, I have a need to want to fuck with these things, but I also don't want to create more problems.
But the thing is, if we could get one alone in a room or whatever and attack it, and we can see how it reacts, and then we can just kind of assume that the rest would react this way.
Drag it to the wasp nest. No, I don't have the power to do that. Nope.
Avery does.
Um,
Let me look at Avery's strength real quick. I don't really know his.
No, we're not doing this without no.
Okay.
Should we do this? I agree with you. I think we should go to the tallest. We'll go to whatever the tallest building is and search there because tall building equals oversight. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a perception check, investigation, try to eye in the sky whatever the tallest building is.
Sure.
Well, we've
hey.
kind of already seen it. We know the area that we're going into, so we can just like walk there.
Yeah, you know which direction to move in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you head in that direction, passing more automatons as you go, kind of keeping your eye out for the tallest of the buildings, and you and the buildings do continue to not evenly, but overall get taller until they're really reaching heights that you've never seen before. We're talking like 20, 30 stories tall, stretching up into the sky. And at this point, the black frost is climbing several stories up the sides of these buildings. I'm
sorry. Keep going.
Go ahead.
No. Keep going. I'll listen.
Before you identify what might be the tallest building, you actually come out into this open space. And there are a couple of notable things about this open space. One, the black ice that you've been walking through, this black frost, continues. And at this point, it is ankle deep. So those shoes are really critical at this point, because Toddle made them to cover your feet, and this black frost is reaching, the tops of your feet and your ankles, and would have been biting into your flesh at this point if Toddle hadn't made those carapace shoes.
Clutch.
Yes, and one of the things that the black frost is crawling up are hundreds and hundreds of tree-shaped objects. I say tree-shaped objects because there's no real sign of life. There's no movement. There's none of the swaying of branches or fluttering of leaves or the sound of birds in the trees. They all look pretty much like statues of trees coated in black frost. So it just looks like a forest of black trees. Black bark, black leaves, black everything. And on the other side of this, there's sort of an avenue through it, so you can see the other side. And on the other side of this is a massive wall of stone with two large metal doors set directly into it right at the end of this path.
Since Avery was in front, he is the first to gather that. At first, we thought that going deeper into the city would take us away from the black ice, but it seems like the deeper we go, the more it is. So maybe the epicenter of the black frost is actually in the heart of the city.
Oh yeah, there's definitely someone trying to keep people away. Yeah, this is not man-made. This is someone trying to keep away intruders.
Um, and of course, none of the team would know this, DM, because this is a very strange and weird land that we're in, and we can't really comprehend a lot of this stuff. But are we in a petrified Central Park?
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I mean, the giant wall I'm describing isn't anything in particular in Central
Right.
Park, but that was the idea of coming out of the heart of the city into a large park.
It's so
Jungly
good. It's so
area.
good.
Cool.
Your description is so good for this witch.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes.
Averin would say that we should probably go to the large metal doors at the end of the avenue. Calamity would agree. What's this?
Yeah, I was gonna say probably. There's not much else we could do. I mean, all I can say is that I know that I feel like this is not man-made. This was not created by nothing. There was a being that specifically has set things up this way. So we should be I like knowledge of that.
Should we,
and
should we try to be sneaky?
yeah.
Okay, well, I think this is a pretty good time to use that thing that Evie gave us. And DM Calamity will pull back one of his sleeves. There is, and he's wearing this bracelet. I forget if it's gold or what, but it's a bracelet. We got these in hell, and basically these bracelets, when we activate them, it activates as like an AoE, so it like covers a group, and basically the bracelet one does pass without a trace, and two, it deflects attacks from outside things. But if you don't want to do the deflection thing, that's totally cool. But I definitely want the pass without a trace. I'll let you be the judge.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Anne was doing with deflecting attacks from outside, but certainly they can give you pass without trace.
Thank you. I'm gonna twist it, and it's gonna be kind of like this kind of magic bubble that kind of evaporates as I trigger the pass without a trace on all of us.
Cool.
I'll have it give like ranged attacks against you disadvantage.
Okay. I'll take it. Thank you.
I'll take it. Yeah, thank you.
And
Sort of
we begin
warps
to
the air and environment around you.
Yeah, and we're gonna attempt to stealth our way to these giant doors and these like stone walls.
Okay. So you walk down this large path, this wide avenue through these frozen black trees, and approach this wall. And now the wall isn't necessarily tall compared to some of these buildings. It's 50 feet tall, which is quite tall for a stone wall, but some of those buildings were reaching hundreds of feet as far as you could tell. But the stone wall does stretch off to either side very, very far and slowly curve out of sight. It looks like it's encompassing just a massive area, much, much wider than any of these buildings, much wider than any one sort of block of buildings. It's got to be covering, half a mile in diameter.
Okay.
And these giant metal doors, these double doors, are 25 feet tall, and there are these sort of steps up to them. And on the platform at the top, right in front of them, are two what you at first take to be statues. They look like these metallic, and given what you've seen in the city, you think maybe automaton, mechanical tigers.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, we're going to do we happen to see the kind of warm glow in their chests like we've seen in other automatons?
Roll perception.
All right, I am blue. Averin is red.
And
Averin
I'm
got
me.
a 7, 8, 9, an unnatural 20 for Averin, and for me, I got 25.
I got 12.
Okay, well, Tuttle is distracted by something else. That sort of faint golden glow emanating from the pieces where, the moving parts fit together.
Okay. Avran and Calamity are going to kind of walk past them and try to open these 25-foot doors.
Okay, so you walk up these stone stairs,
Mhm.
and the instant you step foot onto the platform at the top, the tigers both stand in perfect unison. They're sort of flanking the stairs, and that's all they do at first.
Hello? I'm gonna try to talk to it. Hello? Hello?
It does not respond.
Dang it. Okay.
Neither of them do. And if Avran and Calamity continue to walk past, they sort of turn their heads as you walk past until they're like looking like this as you walk past.
I'm just like, Avaran, they're still looking at us. But he will pursue forward and I will follow.
Could I, like, get a piece of cloth and, like, blind them or something? I want to, like, blind them and see if that'll do anything.
You're doing that at pretty much the same time as Calamity and Avran are approaching the doors to try to open them. Is that correct?
Boy. Yes.
Okay. So you're pulling out something to try to blind them, to cover their eyes, but you haven't quite gotten to the point of actually wrapping something around them when Avaran reaches out and touches the door, and they immediately spring into action, launching themselves towards Avaran and Calamity. Just they spin around and start moving all in the same motion.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, yeah, these are guards.
Does a 24 hit Calamity?
Quick question. They saw us they saw us through our like stealth forms?
You touched the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did. A 24 does hit Calamity. It does hit me.
And does a 25 hit Avaran?
Yes.
25 does.
Okay. You are each going to take...
Oh god, oh god.
Find the right dice.
Chris is gonna come back and his character's dead.
It wasn't my fault.
13 piercing damage as each of them sinks their sharp metal teeth into each of you. You take, and each of you needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Red
Good
is
luck.
Avran, blue is me.
And they have no interest in Tuttle whatsoever. They're just precisioned on these two.
I have a quick question, DM. When they attacked us, did they roll with disadvantage because of the magic around us?
They are not sending ranged attacks at you. They are within the field.
Gotcha. All right. So Avran, what was the saving throw? I'm sorry. Can you remind me?
Strength saving throw.
All right. So Avran got a. Oh wait, strength. Oh, there you are. A 23 total, and Calamity rolled a nat 1.
Oh shit.
As this tiger crashes into Averin, he just sort of plants a foot back and kind of takes it. Flinches a little bit at the bite, but not too much, and kind of shoves it off. Calamity, on the other hand, gets knocked straight over. The tiger basically landing on top of Calamity and just continuing to sort of bite at you, and you take another 14 points of piercing damage.
Oh my goodness!
And if everybody could roll
What did they
initiative,
roll?
please.
What did they roll
Yeah.
to hit? Did they roll to hit me?
They didn't have to roll for that one because they hit you on the
Okay.
last and then knocked you over.
Ah! Ah! All right, initiative.
Initiative, please.
All right, this one is going to dice jail. I'll do this one. I'll do this one.
I got 12.
Okay, so Calamity got a total of 19 for initiative. And
Nice.
Avaran got a total of 13 for initiative.
Okay. Calamity, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let's mix up the vibe now. Let's go for. I think I liked this one. Let's see.
Well, there you go.
Let me turn it down. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, no, get off! Ah! And Calamity's fur is going to go wild as Calamity explodes this chaotic energy in every direction. I need this thing to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Both of them?
I am doing Thunder Wave, and it has a range of. Let me put my eye in it. It has a range of. It's a 15-foot cube. Can I get them both?
Yes, and Avaran.
Is there a way that I can put the box where it won't hit Avaran?
No.
Avaran's a strong boy. All right, so I need both of them to make a Constitution saving throw. And Mackenzie, could you please roll a d20 for Avaran?
Sure could.
All
4.
right.
Oh. Well, that's a fail.
Their Constitution saving throws are 17 and 16.
All right, the 16 fails. The 17 makes it so it'll take half damage, and the 16 will take full damage and get blown away. I think 15 feet. I'll double check on that though. So this is gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be this. Where are you? Here you go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? Yes, it is. Here we go. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I'm gonna use a sorcery point to re-roll these two. Better. So the one that failed is gonna take. Let me write this down so I don't forget. Also, it will be hexed. DM, I'm doing both thunder and necrotic damage. Do you want them separately?
Nope.
All right. So that's going to be that, and then this one. So, okay. So the one that failed takes 31 points of thunderous necrotic damage and is blown away from me 15 feet. Let me look at that real quick because I don't know the exact. 10 feet. It's blown 10 feet away from me. And for the one that saved, it takes 16 points of No. Because that one didn't get hexed. That one takes half of 27 points of thunder damage. The one that saved.
14. Okay.
And is the one on top of me the one that failed?
Yeah, so this wave of noise and force blasts out from you, Calamity. The one on top of you is just blown sort of up and back, landing about 10 feet from you, which gives you the space to scramble up if you so choose. And then the tail end of this force hits Avaran and the second one, making them both stagger and take some injury,
All
but
right,
not
I am
nearly as
going
bad
to.
as the one in front of you.
I'm definitely going to scramble to my feet, and I'm going to run away. I guess what I have half movement now because I had to get up. I will run 50 as ever far 15 feet away can get me from them. That's where I'm gonna be, 15 feet away. And I'll go ahead and give Avaran that damage as well because he failed, and that is my turn.
So you're standing on this, you're standing sort of next to this wall on this broad, maybe 50 feet wide platform that's a good 10 feet up in the air, and it's about 25 feet deep before the stairs start. So if you're staying on the so Calamity sort of scuttles along the wall towards the edge of the platform, farther away from the aggressive automaton tigers.
Awesome.
And Hex, I believe you choose an ability.
Yes, I will do for. I will do strength checks.
Okay. Avaran.
Good job, Calamity.
Okay. Avaran is going to attack the one that the other one, I suppose, because that one was attacking him.
Face to face with the second one.
So he is going to, of course, use his snake sword, and he will strike at this thing. Let's see what we can do.
Snake-like.
Does a
See how snake-like I can become.
oh, I like.
I'm
that.
solid snake. Solid snake.
So to hit, I rolled a total
Naked
of
snake.
what is it, 16 to hit the thing.
That hits.
All right, so
Nah, I mean, I was naked snake. Now I'm big boss.
Big boss.
and I think
That's okay. I'm solid snake. I'll take you out.
I think he will
True.
do a like a first level smite on this thing. So with the sword, it's gonna be these three, and it's not inflamed yet. So
Wait, I want to be Revolver Ocelot.
The best guy. The best. Don't mind us with the Metal Gear Solid.
so he rolled that damage for the first one, and then for the smite, let me take a look at this. Where are you? I believe that's 1d8 per smite, I think it is. Where are you? Divine Smite, here we go. Yeah, 1d8. Yeah, okay. So that's going to be this bad boy. I'm about to do slashing and smite damage, DM. Do you want them separately? Or smite damage. I mean radiant.
Together, it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you for checking.
That's going to be a total of 22 points of damage on the first attack.
Smashes his sword into this clockwork tiger, as he does to all foes he faces.
Is it still
Pretty
standing?
much.
Yes.
Swing number 2. Natural 20. Why? No, that is not fair. Do you know how many nat
It's
20s
Avaran.
Chris
It's
rolls?
Avaran.
Only if
That
you're
is
rolling
so
forever, Ed.
not
It's
fair.
It's just a thing.
Why don't I
Only
ever
if you're
roll
rolling
nat
for
20s on
Avaran.
attack? Whatever.
You're
I'm
not
salty as
Avaran.
fuck. I'm salty as fuck. Anyway.
You're not a fighter.
True
Whatever.
fighters.
All right. Of course he
It's
would
not.
do a
It's
first.
not about skill with fighters. It's just that they're really lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Better lucky
All right,
than
so
good.
it's gonna be this, and first level smite, which is going to be doubled.
Cool.
Okay, so... Wait, hold on.
You got this.
35 points of damage. That's slashing and smite.
All right.
Wow.
So these clockwork tigers have this sort of metal armor outside, but like all of the automatons, they have these gaps where you can see this golden light shining out from. Avaran's first strike scores the armor. You can see the slash, and the second one just catches in one of those points and tears through the joint at one of its front arms. And it doesn't stop the whole thing from moving, but it's sort of its front leg is now sort of moving wrong. Sort of forcing it to limp a little bit as it moves, and it's clearly looking damaged.
All right. After that, I don't think I can bonus action swipe it. I don't. One second. Features. What you got, buddy? Divine, oath spells, extra attack, aura of protection, relentless avenger. When you hit a creature with an opportunity, that's it. That's the end of his turn.
Okay.
And he'll try to move where he's aggroing both the constructs, if that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, you two are fairly close together, so he sort of shifts so that he's in between the two of them. It's less like he's aggroing both of them and more like he's trying to draw their attack. Oh, I guess that's what you mean by aggroing them.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I was interpreting it as attacking both of them. But yes, he sort of steps in between to get both of their attention. He's sort of flanked now by these two clockwork tigers. Your big burly fighter standing off these two mechanical foes.
Awesome guy.
I want to take out those two ancient weapons, and I want to use at least one of them. You might have to tell me what to roll here. Tuttle is not good with hand-to-hand combat, so he is gonna feel more comfortable using anything ranged. So he's gonna point that thing at the. I want to do the more bloodied one, and take a shot at it and see what happens.
So roll a ranged attack. Roll a d20 plus your dexterity modifier. This is not a weapon that you're proficient with, so
No.
just your dexterity.
I got 5, so that's trash. So
The Tuttle
Did you
pulls out
already-
this device.
Did you already use like your inspiration, your luck that you got from Chuck?
I didn't use my luck. I used my inspo. I could use my luck.
You probably want to.
Add 4, right?
No, a luck is a reroll. You just reroll the
Oh, okay. I thought it was +4. Okay, I'm re-rolling. Oh, much better. Okay, we got 18. That's much better. Thank you, Pig.
Okay, that does hit. Y'all are level 13, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, roll 3d10.
3d10. You got it.
And which one are you firing at?
I am firing at the more bloodied one.
Okay.
I actually don't 3d10. I'm gonna just do this digitally because I'm
That's
not gonna.
It's the d20s that all have to be real.
Yes. I got 7 out of 3.
7 total on 3d10?
I got two ones and a 5.
Wow.
I'm so sorry, that's terrible. But Tuttle pulls out this device and sort of aims it and then kind of steadies their arm a little bit and fires off a blast of this golden energy. Their aim is a little bit off, and so it sort of glances off the armor, not doing as much damage as you might have hoped. But it does score the golden armor on this Clockwork Tiger as it sort of glances off and dissipates into the air.
Okay. So these weapons, do they have any, like, because they're ancient or whatever, do they have any effect on these guys? Like,
It doesn't seem to have any obvious effect besides damage.
okay. What type of damage is it? Just out of curiosity.
Roll Arcana.
Yay! 19.
You're actually not entirely sure.
Okay.
You have a pretty good sense of the different types of magical damage that can be done, and it sort of gives you some vibes of Radiant, what with the golden glow.
Yeah.
And it also gives you sort of some vibes of force damage, what with it just being sort of a blast of what seems to be pure magic. But it doesn't seem to be quite either of those things. You're not sure you've ever actually come
Encounter.
across this
Okay.
exact thing before.
Cool. Okay. Glad to see it in action. I'm gonna make note of that. Nothing really else. I did my action and let me. Is there any bonus action I want to do?
Do you want to sanctuary yourself?
No.
Okay.
Nah. No, I'll just be wasting spell. How are you doing? Calamity, Averin, how are you guys doing?
I'm okay.
You're okay. Okay. Averin.
Good. I'm good.
Okay. So I don't need to heal. Okay, so you're good. Feel free to move along.
Okay. The Clockwork Tigers now have the opportunity to make their moves. The one that Avaran has been fighting is going to lunge at Avaran, trying to bite and then trying to swing a claw. And it does this motion where it swings a claw and then it looks like it's trying to swing the other one and kind of fails. The one that Avaran sliced, what might functionally be the mechanical tendons inside of that.
Nice.
And I doubt a 16 hits Avaran.
Nope. Bounces off his shield.
None of the attacks hit. Its balance is clearly thrown off by this damage. It just runs its face directly into the shield and then swipes and just lands scratches along the shield and then fails to even attack with the third attack. While it's doing that, the other one does lunge in from behind. Does a 19 hit Avery?
It just gets through.
Okay. And this one coming in from behind lands 3 quick strikes on Avaran. It bites into Avaran's leg and then slash with its 2 claws.
Okay.
Is this easier for you if I give you damage from all 3 at the same time combined, or as 3 separate?
Yeah, you can give it to me at the same time, all together. And what type of damage is this?
Piercing,
Okay.
which I believe he has resistance to?
Uh-huh.
Motherfucker. That's going to be 40 points of piercing damage.
Oh my god!
Down to 20 after his resistance.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Alright.
And we
Alright, he's
are
coughing
back
he's
around.
coughing up a little bit of blood now, Toddle.
Okay, yeah. I heard that.
Avaran just block from the front, and then
Yeah.
gets caught from behind. Wasn't expecting it. And back around to Calamity.
All right. I am going to. What do we got? What do we got, Rabbit Boy?
Rabbit boy.
I am going to. We'll do. No, we're not gonna do that one because we're feeling a lot better. We'll go. Yeah, all right. I'm going to do a cantrip, or what's a cantrip for me, which is chromatic orb. I'm going to do a cantrip, that cantrip, and I am going to twin it. And I want both. I'm gonna try to have both of them hit.
Does Calamity need laxatives?
Shut up. Maybe. Okay. Eat a lot of cheese. Okay. They're both going to collide into the one with the kind of like the malfunctioning arm. Or I'm gonna try to anyway. Let's see if I can get it. So one of them is a unnatural 20 to hit. Okay. And the
Natural 20s always hit.
and another one, the other one was a total of 11 to hit. Okay. So this is going to be. Where are you?
Dramatic music.
Oh, that was actually pretty good though. I like that roll. I like it. I feel
Do
like
that
I'm missing
damage.
one. I feel like I'm missing one though. Am I missing one?
No. You lost a dice?
1 second. Let me look up the thing real quick. Yeah, one more. Hold on. So move those. Jeez, okay. So I'm doing it's gonna take the form of, we're gonna go acid. It's gonna take the form of, well, God, I don't know. Thunder. We're going thunder. So it's gonna be
Roll. do a roll.
33 points of thunder damage, and then it's
Ooh.
hex, so I have to roll a d6. Oh, 6. So another
Nice.
6 points of necrotic on top of that.
Okay. So you're two thunderous balls.
Pretty much. Welcome to Calamity. He does random
Right?
things.
This creature in the side.
I like it.
Just sort of denting in the armor and clearly significantly damaging it more. It kind of stumbles to the side, and then just as it stumbles, sort of necrosis sort of spreads quickly out from where they hit, just sort of there and then gone, and it collapses onto its side.
Yes!
Have
DM,
it
could you
with
please
strings cut.
roll a d100 for the bad luck blitz?
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Oh
Love
boy.
rolling percentiles.
A lot of options.
71.
Oh, it's a high one. What's that?
Oh,
71.
yeah, remind me what color your fur is?
Oh, it's bright purple and blue. That's right.
Mhm.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah.
And
Clemens
sometimes
been bright purple
butterflies.
this whole time.
Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes
butterflies.
butterflies come out.
Okay, DM, I kid you not. So
Uh-oh.
all of my fur stands on end, and like it's sparks cover it, but it's like instead of like the normal purple, it's all colors of sparks all around me, and I am now resistant to all damage for the rest of this fight.
Oh shit, okay.
Seems good.
Damn.
Bonus action. I'm going to. I'm gonna say, get off of him! And I'm gonna quicken spell another cantrip. You guessed it! It's gonna be Chromatic Orb. Let's see if we can hit them. 24 to hit. That's going to be... Oh, wait, no. Not... Why did I should not have rolled that d6 with it, though.
Is Chromatic Orb just a better fire sphere? Well, it could be an anything sphere.
It could be an anything sphere. Let's
Like,
see.
I have Flaming Sphere, but this looks even better, so you get to pick. I want this one, damn it.
29 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
All right. Avery's turn.
Oh, right. He's gonna swipe at this thing.
So
Swipe,
still
swipe.
you.
Swipe, swipe. Here we go. Let's see if he hits. Oh, totally. Oh, god damn it! He crits again. I rolled a 17 and I rolled a 17 on the die and a 19 on the die, and he crits on 19s. What the fuck? Why
That's
have
good.
why can't I fucking
This is
crit on my own
good.
character? I'm so upset right now. Anyway, swipe, swipe. That's
Calamity
gonna
doesn't
be-
need to.
For real.
Calamity's strong as fuck.
Whatever. Okay, so this.
Fucking DPS king.
Here we go. All right, so the total damage is going to be 30 points altogether of no. Altogether 37 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And that is his turn.
Okay. Avery swings around to face the remaining Clockwork Tiger, and his blade flashes through the air, lightning fast like always, and almost identically repeats the trick from the last one, this time intentionally. He scores it and then comes back around and clips through some of the gaps in between its armor, damages it pretty badly. Toddle is a little bit distracted.
I think I see him. I think he's back. Okay.
Okay, it's Toddle's turn.
Oh, sorry. Oh god, I had to go so bad. Okay, so I have a question. I have like a DM or not a DM question, a D&D question. Cantrips, can they be used as a bonus action, or are they just
Only
action?
if they say they can.
Okay. What I wanted to cast was Lightning Lure, and it says at will. Casting time. Oh, it says one action.
One
So is
action,
that action?
So it does take an entire
Okay.
action.
Fuck.
As you're
At
thinking,
will just means there's no limit to the
Limit
number
to-
of
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
welcome Raiders. Thank you so much, the Vactar for the raid. What did you just get done streaming? Let us know in the chat. Welcome all.
I'm gonna cast Lightning Lure. So he's gonna be like, oh, the ancient weapon did something, but you know, I want to make things worse. So Lightning Lure, do some crazy glowy shit, and I need a strength saving throw, please.
You need a strength saving throw. That will be a 16.
You have failed. So you're gonna be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards me and take so so I guess that what that means is they're out of like Calamity and Avaran's range, and they get pulled, the one that's left gets pulled to me. And then I need you, or I guess I could roll. I'll roll the damage.
Yes.
BB, what about the BB? Where's my D8? That's not a D8. This is a dooba davy davy. Really? You get 2. You get 2
2?
you get 2 lightning damage. That's it. What the hell?
Okay. You.
Oh wait, I lied. I'm level 11, or I'm level 13. Hi, I know.
Yes.
Give me a sec.
You do slightly more damage with cantrips.
15 lightning damage.
Okay.
Huge difference. Huge difference.
I know. Well, hey, it could be something.
No, I'm not being a jackass. That is a huge difference. I'm happy you rolled more dice.
Yay.
So Toddle flicks out this whip of lightning that wraps around the back leg of this clockwork tiger and whips it towards them. The lightning sort of quickly spreads across it, and it sort of jitters a little bit, and it's moving a little bit shakily now, in addition to the damage that Avaran has done to it. But nonetheless, it spins around towards the source of this most recent attack and launches itself at Toddle. I think a 26 probably hits you.
Yeah.
Like this?
I think a 13 probably doesn't hit Toddle, and a nat 20 definitely does.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
You can take it. You can take it, Toddle. You can take it. You can take it.
Maybe.
Total of 32 points of piercing damage.
You got it.
It chomps on you. It does try to go for a swipe, but similar to the one before, one of its legs is damaged by Avaran, and it just completely fails to use it. But unlike that one, this one successfully uses its other claw to just bury it, every claw in its front paw, its front metal paw, deep into your thigh.
I'm small! Ouch! I'm a small child. Oh my god. Why? And that's Toddle.
Calamity.
Okay. Calamity will run up to Avaran. Are you okay? Are you okay? As Avaran is like kind of, trying to keep himself up and is kind of like wiping the blood from his mouth. And I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna say that me and Avaran are gonna do our turns in unison. After we kind of like lick our wounds, we're gonna like stand back to back. Calamity is gonna be holding this kind of orb of darkness. Avaran is like winding up his sword, and we are both going to hold our attacks until Toddle attacks on his next turn.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that's what we do.
Okay, so I guess we're back to rest Toddle then.
Interesting. Okay.
Does Toddle go before the beast?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So I know what I'm gonna do for my bonus action. I think I'll just fire the gun again. We'll try that again. For my bonus action, I wanted to cast mass healing or whatever it's called.
Mass healing word?
Yes.
Okay. And remember, you have to manually add another 4 on top of your healing.
Manually add 4. Okay.
Because of your I can't even say your class right now. Artificer. Because of your artificer class, you get extra healing. Yeah.
Okay. So mass healing word, blag. Let's see. 8. Okay. 1d4. Yeah. Oh, but I'm guessing it's at 3rd level.
Which
So
means you roll more
GW.
dice.
Yeah, more dice.
It's 9:30, so
Yeah.
I know we usually try to wrap up around now. Now
Yeah.
there isn't a whole lot after this, not enough for another entire session.
Ooh,
So
okay.
do you guys want to go for an extra half an hour in order to get through that, or do we need to call it?
I'm cool. What say you, Mackenzie?
Well, dinner is here, so I'm kind of on the fence.
All right, I think we can wrap after this fight.
Okay. Yeah, I can continue.
We'll come back to it.
Okay. Okay, so,
Next time, I guess, DM, we can finish this, and then maybe we can start something else in the same session if it
Sure.
goes as quickly as I think it will.
Sounds good.
everyone got such a shitty roll. Everyone gets 9 points of healing.
What did you roll on the dice?
A 1.
Wait.
Yeah.
What level did you cast this spell?
3rd.
3rd? Is that the normal?
Yeah, 1d4 plus 4 plus 4.
Awesome. I'll take 9.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
It's better than nothing.
It most definitely is. Thank you
Better
so
than
much.
one. Better than 1, and it's better than 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah, let's do the gun again. I forgot the mechanics of the ancient gun. Or the ancient light shooter.
D20 plus your dexterity 10.
Thank you. Ooh, 20 baby!
A natty?
A natty!
Hell yeah! Go!
Plus 1 to my dex, so. That's like big! That was my first one of the game. Woo!
Okay, roll 3d10 and double it.
Okay.
1, 1, 1.
9, 7, 8.
So 48 points of damage.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm using this. This is mine now. This is my weapon now.
The first time shooting it, you just barely got a glance off and barely did any damage. This time, it's facing you, and you just sort of put it against its face, and it doesn't have a trigger
Freeze,
exactly,
kid.
but you
Yeah.
fire it, and its head just explodes. You fire it directly into its face, and its head just
Yeah.
in mechanical parts and armor, sort of raining across Calamity and Avery, who are standing there sort of at the ready, and the body just collapses.
Oh.
That is an awesome view, as like your teammates were ready to like jump in, but you fucking destroyed this thing yourself. We're like, oh.
And
Could
that
everybody roll me one more Constitution saving throw?
yes, and that is why you don't roll digital dice. Roll real dice. I got those rules with the real dice.
Mackenzie, remember that to add a 3 on top of your roll because of Avery's thing. A con save.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24.
So for me, oh my god, okay, I got this, and then for Avery, he has a really good con. Okay, Avery rolled. Both me and Avery rolled 15s. Total, yep.
Okay. So as you sort of stand there, getting your breath back after this fight that only took 30 seconds, but feels like it took 45 minutes. Calamity, you quickly feel that nausea coming back, and that itchiness coming back, and Toddle, you've been feeling a little bit nauseous, and you're starting to feel a little bit itchy now as well. And then Calamity, you this nausea keeps rising, to the point where you are affected by the poisoned effect.
Oh shit. Okay.
Can I protect from poison?
What does that do?
Protection from poison. Touch a creature. If it is poisoned, you neutralize the poison. If more than one poison affects the target, you neutralize one that you know is present or neutralize one at random.
You can cast that on Calamity. Calamity, like, very clearly gets nauseous and starts feeling sick, and, like, you can see it in their posture and their face, and if they were a human, they'd be turning green.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you cast that on Calamity?
Yes.
Okay. So Calamity, that does ease that additional rise. You're no longer affected by the poison condition, but you are still feeling nauseous and itchy, and Toddle, so are you. Although
Okay.
Avran is still feeling that nausea, but hasn't added on that itchy skin
Okay.
that the two of you are feeling. And that's where we're gonna wrap it up
Wrap
for
it up.
tonight.
All right.
Thank you so much. That was such a
Avery.
blast.
That was fun.
So much exploring and finding new things. I love a good treasure chest, or what is it? Treasure.
Well, no, we
treasure
got
hunt.
some
Treasure hunt.
Yeah, I was
Lost
like,
weapons.
you found fuck all in the way of treasure
We didn't find
chests.
anything.
We found this new laser gun
yeah,
thing.
no, we found
Did find a fucking laser gun.
Yeah, we found some good shit. No, good things have happened. We got to the tallest building, which is, in all our current purposes, that's a good thing. We have shoes.
It's not technically the tallest, but it is the biggest.
Or the the biggest, and we have shoes that fight off against.
And I've got shoes. I love shoes.
Yes, we got shoes.
I love shoes.
We have a home base to sleep at, where there is potentially no one going to be there. We got ancient items, and we fought some constructs that we were gonna fight anyways because out of curiosity. So overall,
Yeah, you got that fight you wanted.
Yeah, overall we and now we get to see what the inside of the constructs look like. At least that's what I'm going to be examining if and when we come back to this.
Well, Mackenzie and
Yes.
Avery, what's a good
Yes.
rating message to say
yes.
for the next stream?
Oh boy. So my first instinct is to be like ancient artifact get. Let's see. What's a good emoji for that?
A laser gun.
Thank you guys for the raids. Thanks for the buffs that Mackenzie definitely needed. Thank you so much.
Yes, everybody's chilling with us. Another good Monday. And
That's good.
hope maybe next week we'll be continuing further, or maybe we'll be back to Crypt Creatures. It's all kind of up in the air. Who knows?
We're going with the flow, y'all. We're going with the flow.
Yeah.
All right, so please copy what Mascot just put in chat, the ancient artifact get and the like dragon or alien or robot thingy. Please copy that so when we go into our next stream, we can just like put a wall of that on their page to say hello. And just a reminder for everyone who is unaware, when you join a raid to another stream, you get, I believe, a bonus of 350 channel points. So let's give love while also getting more points.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, Avery, thank you so much for
Thank you for having me.
being our substitute DM who's like freaking breaking us. I love it. And
Yeah, it's good.
I'm having a great time.
And
Cool, liquid
until
toast.
next time, guys, we are gonna go say hi to Smoking Dragons. Until next week,
Nice.
bye.
Bye.